Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's the flyest vlogger on the planet. My name is Showtime the Czar. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's having a great, positive, productive day as always. You know I got hip hop news, cultural updates, and everything like that for you guys today. But before we do any and all that, you know what you got to do. See that subscribe button on your screen right there. I need you to click that, turn that bell icon on so each and every time one of my videos drop, the content that I'm providing to you, you don't miss it. Let's get into it, y'all. Drop my intro. YouTube, what up, though? All right, y'all. So a lot going on within the culture, a lot to talk about. So let's jump right into it. The first thing I want to discuss with you guys today is this Udoka situation. Now, I just had to point that out just real quick. I had to enunciate because off camera low tried to tell me how to enunciate basketball players' names. Thought that was weird, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, back to the story. So if you haven't heard, Udoka Udoka had a situation with the Boston Celtics involving a member of the organization in which they had a quote-unquote affair. Obviously, this situation was traumatizing for Nia Long as well as the whole Boston Celtics organization. My biggest issue with the whole situation was the season-long suspension. Now, the two, Udoka, and I'm not sure, did they say the lady's name? They haven't given her name. Okay, so the woman that he's alleged to have had the affair with, I don't like using that term affair just because him and Nia Long aren't married yet, but we'll just use it. The woman that he cheated on Nia Long with, they said the situation was consensual. They said their relationship was consensual, but it's against the team policy to date within the organization or to have any type of relationship within the organization. My thing is the season-long suspension, and the reason why that has me a little upset is because I feel like there's something else going on, or they're punishing him for something else because of it being a basketball season is like 6, 7, 8 months. So for them to suspend him for the entire season after previously just making it to the NBA Finals and like 2 games away from a championship, that says it's a little bit more going on to it than we're aware of. Also, there was a situation where Matt Barnes had spoke about the whole situation, and he kind of said something to where he was really upset about it, but then he retracted his statements saying that he spoke too soon. So that also lets me know that it's deeper than what we're aware of, because for him to go as hard as he did, then kind of say, well, after finding out more information, I'm going to take everything I said back. And he's also said that if, the information comes out, it does. If not, it's not my place to tell. So that lets me know that it might have not been consensual between the two. And it also sounds like it might have been some type of sexual assault going on here if Matt Barnes is taking his statements back like that. And I'm hoping that that's not the case, really, because that definitely is going to look bad for the Boston Celtics if y'all are covering up a sexual assault situation just because he's a pretty good basketball coach. Like, you can't do that. Like, regardless of how good he is as a basketball coach or whatever y'all got going on, you can't try to cover it up. Obviously, they're not releasing too much information because of privacy reasons, so they're going to try to keep it, as low as possible. But obviously, this is a big situation. This is a big, huge story. As far as Nia Long is concerned, it's a tough situation for her. It's a tough go for her because of, how publicized it is, and she didn't find out till we found out. So imagine her surprise when she gets home and she sees on the ESPN that her fiance cheated on her. So the whole story is real messy, and praying for everybody involved. But again, my thing is just, I hope that they're not trying to cover something up. And I really hate for that, not only for that organization, but for him and for Nia. It's just gonna look bad in totality if it's a cover-up by the Boston Celtics for something else he did. So let me know how you guys feel about the whole situation in the comments below. What are your thoughts on Nia Long, Udoka, the Boston Celtics, Matt Barnes comments? Let me know all that in my comments below. All right, guys, on to the next subject here. Let's talk about this situation with DJ Akademiks. Now, it's a lot involving what DJ Akademiks said and did, but I just want to talk about the two things in particular with him calling the pioneers of hip-hop dusty and old and all that. And I'm going to briefly talk about his comments about Reginae Carter. So to start off with, I briefly talked about what he said on my TikTok. If you're not following me on TikTok, go ahead and do that at Shoulders Are. But I talked about it, and basically, you cannot. I said his comments were stupid, and the reason I said they were stupid is because you cannot say that someone's contribution to the culture should be based on how much money they produce. The problem with him saying that or alluding to the fact that he said that is the money that he said that they should have, it wasn't there at the time. And I don't know why he singled out LL Cool J. I'm not sure if he did or didn't. I don't remember him saying that, but I know that LL Cool J made a video, and I just felt like you can't use LL Cool J. That was a bad example because he's done so much. The guy, you know, he raps and he made, like, LL Cool J is one of the only, or one of the very few hip-hop artists that has had music in the 80s, 90s, and the 2000s. He has hits in those three eras. So that was a bad example. Plus, again, he acts, he hosts, he does a lot of everything. So that was a poor example. Now, DJ Akademiks did make comments. He retracted those comments, I should say, on The Breakfast Club. Here is what he said on The Breakfast Club. Take a listen.
Things that people are mad at me about. Granted, the broken dusty thing is triggering. You know what I mean? It seems very, and actually it is very disrespectful, right?
So you're saying with that.
So you admit it was disrespectful.
I mean, if I call it broken dusty, like, it's not, there's no way to say, oh, this was great.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys who, by the way, I looked up to, most of them that responded, and by the way, I won't say all, 95% of the people who responded to me in terms of like OGs, they weren't broken dusty. There was 5% that were, though. I ain't gonna lie. But the 95% of them, those guys, I'm like, these are the like success stories. But even then, y'all omitted the context. I was talking about passing on game. I was talking about educating the next generation rather than criticizing them. And I was like, sometimes y'all don't understand why they might not listen to y'all. One of the reasons they might not listen to y'all f***ed up whether they're signing a contract, bad contract, or whatever like pitfalls you kind of get into in this game. You never pass it on. You never pass that knowledge on.
No, you're absolutely right.
So now, again, go back.
Okay, now, what he said on The Breakfast Club is not what he said on his Twitch stream. Those two things kind of sound different, because what he sounded like he was saying on The Breakfast Club is we need to make sure that the OGs are giving the young guys game. He said that there's a lot of OGs that got themselves in a bad contracts, in a bad situations to where they can't make the money that the younger guys are making nowadays, and he says that they should be giving these guys some gems. Okay, I agree with that. And personally, I'm not a person that dislikes DJ Akademiks. When it comes to hip hop, he is a person that, you know, he's a popular figure. You know what I'm saying? Breakfast Club, Akademiks, Shade Room, No Jumper, Nori. These are guys that are pretty popular within the culture. You know, people go to their platforms to talk about hip hop. So, yeah, I don't disagree with that portion of what he said. And he said that only 95%, he said 95% of the people that he was talking about aren't dusty. It was 5% of the people. I don't know who those 5% are, but again, to me, you can't say that someone's contribution should be based off their money. I just don't agree with that statement. But what he said on The Breakfast Club, I do agree with that. If you are out here, an OG, a pioneer in the game of hip hop, do not let the younger generation make the same mistakes you did. I don't see anything wrong with that statement. Now, moving along, he made some comments about Reginae Carter. All I'm gonna say is this: A, he shouldn't have called her a bitch. Take that back. And he said he wasn't trying to, and he said that it kind of just blended in, and he took it back in that moment. So A, he shouldn't have said that. And B, I don't know if he's the right person to be commenting on somebody else's relationship, mainly because that don't got nothing to do with hip hop. Okay, and it seemed like really weird that he just was like, yeah, let me just talk about Reginae Carter's relationship. I haven't seen anything in the media lately that makes you want to have a conversation about who she's dating. So to me, that was just way left field. It's unnecessary. Then he said the dude looked way more feminine than her. now you just sound like you hating, bro. And that was just unnecessary again. So, NLE Chopper said Akademiks should just stick to hip hop. Probably, you know what I'm saying? Just because it just didn't make any sense for him to have that whole dialogue for no unnecessary reason. But that's just my opinion on it. Let me know what you guys think about DJ Akademiks' comments involving the OGs, the pioneers of hip hop. Him calling them Dusty. Let me know what you guys think about that. Also, what he said about Rachel Nat Carter, how you guys feel about that. Let me know all that in the comments below. Alright guys, and the last thing I want to discuss with you guys today before I get up out of here. So, this situation involving Brett Favre and him scamming $77 million in a Mississippi welfare scheme. $77 million is a lot of money, first of all. And they said it's other government officials that are involved in this scandal and a WWE wrestler. Here's what I want to say about this. First off, why isn't this story as big as the Ime Udoka story? Okay, I'm not understanding how a cheating scandal outweighs a $77 million welfare fraud scandal. That doesn't make any sense to me, because had that been a black person, they've been all over the place. So, not understanding why a former Hall of Fame quarterback, a current Hall of Fame quarterback is not getting more attention than a first-year NBA coach. Okay, that doesn't make sense to me. Also, again, because it's so low profile, lets me know there's something more to this story. I'm not sure. I can't count Brett Favre's pockets, okay? The guy is again, Hall of Fame quarterback, so I'm pretty sure he got a little bit of money, okay? Not only that, he's won a Super Bowl and everything, so this guy got bread. He got some money. What bothers me the most is, how do you get yourself involved in a $77 million... But NFL players don't even make that type of money. And also, I'm not sure what Brett Favre does outside of football in order for him to be involved with state officials and him scamming $77 million. Like, that's bigger than the PPP loan thing. So, again, why is this story not being covered as broad and as in-depth as the Ime Udoka situation? Again, I think, this is just my theory, they had some things going on where there's a text message involved, and he tried to say, like, is there any way that this is not going to get out to the press, to the media? And it ends up does getting out to the media. So that lets me know that he's a little bit more deeper involved in what they're allowing us to have information to. He might be in a serious bankrupt situation, which is unfortunate. And instead of him admitting to the situation or trying to find a job within, NFL network itself, he reduced himself to scamming or frauding or whatever like that. And I hate to see that for a person of his stature, because a lot of kids, a lot of upcoming football players, they admire what Brett Favre did. He's one of the guys that people talk about when they talk about football greats. So they're doing a great job of not letting so much information get out of there, because they don't want to smear his image. But I just think it's messed up that when it came to Ime Udoka, a black coach, an up-and-coming black coach, they didn't care about smearing his name, but yet this guy Brett Favre is able to take an extremely large amount of money from people on welfare, and they're not giving us very much to talk about when it comes to this. I haven't even seen them talk very much about it on ESPN. Not they haven't, they have. Nor have I seen them do like a press conference or anything to kind of give people some information, but not all. You know what I mean? Because obviously they're not going to do that. But I don't know, man. It just seems like a weird, fishy story in my opinion. And as more details come out, I'll be sure to keep you guys updated. Let me know what you guys think about this situation in the comments below. How do you feel about Brett Favre, what he's doing? Does it change your opinion on Brett Favre? Let me know all that in the comments below. But that's all I got for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And until next time, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.